Hello everyone, my name is Justin and welcome back to the Boston Bruins GM Mode series, and I guess they got a little bit of explaining to do. Seems like every other episode I'm explaining some kind of technical difficulty that occurred. Pretty much because of my laziness. I'll explain that real quick. We will get into the video or the episode in a second. I can't even talk. But I gotta explain this here. Obviously, you probably know the last episode had no commentary on it. That wasn't on purpose. Okay, and I know what you're thinking. How could you upload a video and not know that it didn't have the audio? And I'll be completely honest, guys. I don't necessarily give you guys what you deserve. You're subscribed to my channel to watch this series, to watch good content. And a lot of times I don't provide that, I'll be honest. I really should have. I don't watch the videos at all if I know they don't need edited, and I know that's like a lazy thing to say. I don't have a lot of time, but that's not really an excuse. It's my fault. I should at least make sure that all the audio. I didn't notice when my audio was all funky, where it was like roboting for a few seconds. After that occurred, I started listening to make sure that didn't happen, and this was the first episode where I stopped listening to check for the old thing that used to happen. And if I did, I would have caught that there was no audio. I don't know why there wasn't any audio. My mic was on, wasn't muted. Everything was set up normal. I guess it just didn't record that day. I really don't have an explanation. So for now on, I'm gonna make sure. I don't know if I'm gonna watch every episode, like before I upload it, but I'm gonna make sure the audio is good. I promise you that. There's something else I wanted to add. Oh yeah, I purposely do it so I don't have to edit. Like my Minecraft videos, those need edited. I edit them. But for this, the only time you really need editing for GM mode is when you want to skip something. Like, oh, I'll be back. But I stop recording and then to pick up and then turn it back on when I want to come back. So I save myself from having to go in and cut that out for the very reason to save me time. So I apologize. I'm going to briefly explain the trades we made and why. There's no way to make sense of any trades in GM mode, really. There's no way you can say this is going to happen, or this should happen, or this will happen, or this could happen. Okay, you can make an argument for any trade that it could happen, because any trade could happen. But I'm going to say why I think it was sensible. So the first, well, I don't know if it was the first person, but a person we acquired. I wanted to get a cornerstone for our defense here. Is Hamilton. I'm hoping he can get up to 90. He might not. He might stay at 88, but it's still pretty good. Essentially, there's not many defensemen that get up to 88 to 90 overall. You know, there's like one elite guy that goes in each draft, maybe two. Okay, the rest gets it maybe 84, 85, 86. So I wanted to get a quality defenseman for the future. There were rumors that Dougie Hamilton would be traded earlier in the season for a goalie or for a forward or something. So those were legitimate rumors. And I figured if Calgary wants to win now, they need a forward. Their defense without him is still fine. Not great, but it's fine. Okay, I believe we gave them Brendan Smith. And then we gave them Brad Marchand. I think it was Brad Marchand. Yeah, I think we gave them Brad Marchand. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. They wanted Marchand, first off. That also adds to it, and we want to get rid of Marchand. So now they have a good forward core that can win. Win now. They're a team that wants to win now, if we're being honest here. Someone else I traded for is Alex Nylander. I know what you're saying. He's low elite. You're supposed to stay away from low elite guys. But I wanted to get a prospect. A two-way forward prospect. And he fit the bill. His trade value was a lot higher than other low elites. It could be because his overall is already 78. But I don't know if this is true or not, but I think because his trade value was so high that he's going to turn into something, hopefully like at least like an 86. But hopefully he'll get up to close to 90. That's the goal. So the reason this trade made sense, Buffalo, what do they need? They need a goalie. We gave them Tuukka Rask. We also got their first in this deal. But we threw in Kevin Miller, either in this trade or in the Calgary trade. One of them was Brendan Smith. One of them was Kevin Miller. I can't remember. So we got Nylander in the first. But we gave them Tuukka Rask, an elite goalie. Their top 6 for the future already set. They have Opozo, O'Reilly, Eichel, Kane, Reinhart. I think they drafted that Rasmussen guy. He's a top 6 forward prospect, and I think there might be someone else in there too. They're good for their top 6 of their future. That's explained. You can say these are unrealistic and whatever. Go ahead. You can say any trade's unrealistic. And the last piece we got was Maxim Comtois. Only 70 overall. You'd like him to be a little bit higher, but he's got the medium elite. He was on the trading block, so this one probably makes the most sense. They wanted to get rid of him. What does Montreal need? They need forwards. They've always had good defense. They've always had a good goalie. They need forwards. We gave them David Backes. I don't know if it was 1-for-1. I think it could have been. There's no guarantee Comtois turns into anything. I've had GM modes where he stopped growing at 82 just because his overall was so low to start with. So we're going to have to watch that, see how that unfolds. Those are my 3 trades. We're going to get into the draft here. No, it won't let us actually look at the prospects. However, those were our trades. You can say whatever you want. We still have Krejci I want to trade at this draft. And maybe Bergeron. I know I said I wouldn't trade Bergeron, but I'm going to have to consider it. Maybe not this year, but eventually I think we should trade him. So let's look at this here. We have the 8th, the 14th. I think that's all we have. Yeah, so we want to get rid of Krejci for a top 5 pick. So Winnipeg wants to give up theirs. They don't need a center, but they could play him on the wing, let's be honest. They do not want David Krejci. Okay. I want to find a team that wants him. If I can't, then it's going to be a little bit tricky, but we'll see. Dallas, Jason Spezza is old, if not retired, but they don't want to give up their pick, so we're not going to go after that. Philadelphia, they want to give up their pick, and they want Krejci. Bergeron is dropping rapidly. If I wanted to trade him, now would be the time. I said I wouldn't. He's been the captain here. Not the captain. He's been on this team for a long time. If I'm being honest, I'd rather keep Krejci. Exact top 6 potential. Exact top 9. Oh, we gotta get rid of Bergeron. But I said I wouldn't do it though. We're gonna keep Bergeron. We're gonna get rid of Krejci. I said I wouldn't trade him. I'm gonna stick to my word. Although it'd be nice for him to go and win a cup somewhere else, even though he already has one. But oh well. Disapprove. Philadelphia would be over the league maximum in salary. By how far? Not that far. Let's see if we can see what we can do here. $3.6 for Matt Reed. Okay, we could throw Matt Reed in the deal. We're going to have to sweeten it up, I'm sure. They'd still be over. Just barely, but they'd still be over. These guys are all minor. Salary cap's not a problem. We can take on raffle too if we have to. Okay. So they're going to want something else in return. I'll give up our third next year. That's all I'm willing to give up, though. Trade rejected. Okay. They want someone else. Problem is they can't afford any of these guys. Maybe a guy like Bleed. Bleed's contract's about to expire. What can we do? What can we do? One of these two, Hickman and Ferlin. Okay. Oh, I really having the urge to trade Bergeron. But I said I wouldn't. No one commented on whether I should trade him or not. You can think about it in two ways. One way, he's been on this team forever. He probably wants to end his career here, but we're not going to win a Stanley Cup in his prime at all. They are making this awful hard. I give up our second next year. But I want their third for next year. Oh my gosh, these guys are annoying. I gave up probably too much, but we have a top 5 pick, the number 3 pick. We're going to keep Bergeron. Okay. Let's sim picks here. I'm not a grinder. I'm not sure what we're going to get. A forward or defense. We can use them both probably. We can use a center for Comtois and hopefully... what's his dadgum name? There's not really any good centers. So 19-year-old Ruckin. I think we should go defense with this pick. We don't have any elite defensive prospects, and that's what I want. We got the two-way guy, but he's already 19. Should we go with the 18-year-old? Yeah, I don't like defensive defensemen that much. Please be an elite, please. Oh my god. There was a freaking wasted trade. Ruckin, elite, of course. Okay, neither of them were elite. I told you there's not many good defensemen in this game that go in the drafts, but that's kind of irritating. Okay, we still got some top 10 folks here. Do we go defenseman again? I'm not taking my chances. We're going to go one of these forwards. I know this guy actually turns out to be pretty good. So we're going to get Eggenberger. You never know if Nylander's going to turn out, so medium top 6. Okay. Not the worst. Okay, we have to nail this pick because I'm still mad about our defenseman and a sniper. We want a sniper. Jung? A defenseman? No. exact top 6. Sure, we'll go Jung. We don't have many center prospects. Medium top 6, not bad. So our rebuilding is not going exactly as planned. We have one low elite and one medium elite forward. That's it. I took a chance on a defenseman and didn't pay off. Top 4, I mean, he can still turn out to be pretty good. And also, keep in mind, that the potential can change. I don't know what causes it to change, but it can change. So they could change to an elite. But that's kind of irritating. There should be more elite defensemen. Maybe I should have done that. I did edit the roster a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. A goalie wouldn't be the worst thing. But there really ain't any. I know we have Velarde. But we'll take the playmaker, huh? Why not? Low top 9. Okay, we're going to sim to the end of the draft. There is our rookie class. Hopefully they have some good overalls to make up for no one being elite. That's kind of annoying. 3 picks in the first round, none of them are elite. Free agency could be a factor in this rebuild, keep in mind. Okay, so I'm going to re-sign everyone, and I'll be back with you. Okay, everyone, I'm back. We got, hopefully everyone re-signed Spooner. I know he's been struggling, but we got him back. We need people to fill out the roster. This is looking like a potential tank year. Get a top 3 pick. Hopefully actually get someone decent. And hopefully the year after that we can at least half compete. But Bergeron could go this year. So could Krug. He's already 27. So towards the end of the year he'll be almost 28. He might be a goner, to be honest. Binnington was actually a 67. I signed him. Hopefully he can be, if he's 70 by the start of the season, then he could start in the NHL. He might not be, but he's still signed. As well as Jung, was it? The sniper. He was 68. We signed him. Velarde, we're going to give him another year. And that Edinburgher guy's only a 52 overall, so that looks like a bust of a pick there. You know, I was hoping this to go better than Winnipeg, and it's not really. The drafting we haven't done the best job at, that's for sure. Although there was no elite defensemen in that draft that I know of. So, I mean, I guess you can say there wasn't anyone better, I guess you could say, than Binnington. So let's look at the free agents. Hopefully I'll get some comments on who to sign. So Jack Eichel hit free agency. He is a restricted free agent. He's only 21. Remember, we were looking for that center for Nylander and Comtois. He's only 21. But think about all the picks we'd have to lose to get him. So we have to weigh here. We wouldn't have to tank the year next year. I mean, we still wouldn't do good, obviously. But we wouldn't have to get a top 3, top 5 pick to get an elite forward if we have Jack Eichel. So we have to weigh, is it worth losing all the picks? He hasn't exactly had a breakout year, which is concerning. But maybe if we give him the right players to play with. Fowler, unrestricted free agent, but he's 26. We have to keep in mind the age of our team here. You know, when our team's really ready to thrive in 4 or 5 years, he's going to be in his low 30s already, ready to get shipped out just about. So not sure that makes sense. But Eichel, you can make an argument. Let's see how much it would cost here. Buffalo's the only team interested. We'd have to give them a good contract here so they wouldn't match, okay? So that's the strategy. We have money. We have $25 million. So say we just give him a 2-year, $12 million. We can afford that. He will be the highest paid player in the league, and he hasn't had a breakout year. But let's just see what we'd have to give them. The next 4 years of first-round picks, is that really worth it? I don't think it is, but I would really like to get Jack Eichel. So let's say we don't offer him $12 million. Let's say we offer him $11 million. The next 4 years, holy crap. Is it really worth that, though? 10.5. When does it not become the next 4 years? You do not have the appropriate draft picks. Oh my gosh, that's annoying. I could get that pick back if I had to. So that's what I want to know. Maybe I could. But let's take a look here forwards. We're gonna need people to fill out the roster here for like these 1-year guys like Kuhlman. We'll get people to fill out the roster. But is there anyone on here that just makes sense for us to get? Like I'm talking young guys. Reed Boucher we could get because he's got a decent amount of potential. Evander Kane once again fits in that bubble of kind of like Abernov. You're coming on the team. Kind of fits that potential, that thing of he's gonna be old but we're ready to shine. Is the problem. Benson, let's go. So I'm not sure there's any big name forwards we can sign unless we should get Eichel. I'm gonna take a look at the compensatory thingamabobber in a second. I'm already going to give contract to Neil Newman. We will check defenseman by overall in a second here. No potential goalies. Any high overall goalies? Martin Jones, 28, too old. Obviously, there's Cam Fowler, but I already made a case against him, unless you guys can talk me into it. Which is possible. 25. Scott Harrington wouldn't be... I mean, they're just too old for when we actually want to do something. No point in getting them now, because that would just hurt our tanking. So just let me know your opinions on that. Let me check the compensatory thing. Is it in managed contracts? It probably is, yeah. Offer sheet compensatory. So it's 10 point. Okay, so if we offer him between 8 and that, it's this year's first 3 round picks and next year's first. Then it jumps to 4 years first. So we'd have to get our second back, which we could do. It would cost us, but we could do. So we'd have to give up would have no picks this year unless we trade for one. Bergeron and Krug, goodbye. We could get a first round pick there. Hopefully, if Bergeron doesn't just completely drop. But then next year's first, that's going to be the rough one. Plus, there's always the option that Buffalo retains him anyway. So just let me know your opinion on everything, guys. Let me know what I should do. Your help is appreciated. I'll admit this GM mode's not going as planned, but hopefully that will change. Maybe we'll get some good luck. We have to think about drafting a goalie too. See, I still want an elite defensive prospect, an elite center forward, and I still want a goalie prospect because I'm not sure Subban's going to turn into anything. But we'll figure it out, guys. I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks so much for watching.